welcome to IMS GATE Academy, myself Sandeep Adari. Now my dear students, as we are inching towards the GATE exam, it is the time to practice yourself. You have gone through all the hard work. You have prepared all the 6 or 9 months or 1 year. Now it is the time where you have to test or where you have to practice the problems. So my dear students, in civil engineering, especially in geotechnical engineering, we have the highest weightage, which is 12 to 13 marks, and in some years it might be 10 marks. So if you see the important concepts in geotechnical engineering, my dear students, shear strength, consolidation, properties of soil, stability of slopes, earth pressure, pile foundation and shallow foundation. These are the topics where you can expect maximum number of questions. I hope I am audible to everyone. Now my dear students, it is the time to discuss the questions without wasting your time. Now my dear students, there was a question here given is, a soil has a bulk density of 1.8 gram per cc at a water content of 5 percentile. If the void ratio remains constant, then the bulk density for a water content of, good evening Tirumala. What is the bulk density for a water content of 10 percentile? Now here my dear students, first of all, whenever you are solving the GATE question, it is my sincere request to you, try to write down the given data. Okay my dear students? Now the value of gamma is how much? 1.8 gram per cc at a water content of how much, sir? At a water content of 5 percentile. Agree? Now my dear students, they are asking what will be the bulk unit weight at a water content of 10 percentile. This problem is very easy, but we have a small concept here, my dear students. Now let me tell you what is the relation between bulk density, dry density and water content. Here my dear students, if I talk about gamma, gamma can be written as gamma D into 1 plus water content. What my dear students? Gamma can be written as gamma D into 1 plus water content. But my dear students, when you read the question, they have told that void ratio is constant. So what does that has the significance? When the void ratio is constant, let me tell you, gamma D is a formula. If you see, gamma D is equal to gamma WG upon 1 plus E. Now my dear students, let me tell you, unit weight of water is constant, specific gravity is constant, void ratio is also constant. Sir, you have to remember these things. So all the terms are constant here. It says that dry density is constant. So when you say void ratio is constant, it resembles or it implies that gamma D is constant. Without knowing this, you cannot apply the formula which I will try to say. So you know gamma is equal to gamma D into 1 plus water content. Now my dear students, I can write this equation as gamma is proportional to 1 plus water content. So this is the outcome of this problem when the void ratio is constant. When the void ratio is constant, you can say bulk density is directly proportional to 1 plus water content. Now my dear students, if I write here the equation, gamma 1 by gamma 2 can be written as 1 plus water content 1 upon 1 plus water content 2. Agree? So when can you write this equation, my dear students? When the void ratio is constant. So here just plug in the values which are given in the data. So here we have gamma 2. Here water content is how much, sir? Water content is 5 percentile. So it should be around 0.05. When the water content is 10 percentile, what is 10 percentile means 0.1. Now my dear students, what will be the value of gamma 2? So you can write it as 1.8 into 1.1 upon 1.05. So the final answer you can write is 1.88 gram per cc. And let me tell you my dear students, gram per cc or ton per meter cube, good evening Matan, good evening. So 1.88 or 1 ton per meter cube, 1 gram per cc, both have the same units, means same value I should say. Now let me tell you my dear students, what is the outcome of this problem is, whenever the void ratio is constant, you can say dry density is constant and you can say bulk density is proportional to 1 plus water content. So this part you should be aware, or you should keep a note of it to get the problem done of any kind. Now my dear students, let me tell you the important aspect of the test series plus. Sir, I am a college going student. I have very less time. So it is the time. Sidhu, good evening Sidhu. So it is the time to test yourself, my dear students. You have done the hard work. So how can you test yourself? You should be time bounded. How you can manage your gate time during the exam? So we at IMS Gate Academy are offering test series plus product which contains previous year questions of 33 years. Along with this, we are providing you the All India mock test series of around 12. Now my dear students, in this test series, if you can solve, you can analyze your mistakes and you can understand the exam pattern, what type of questions, MSQ, MCQ or NAD questions. And in addition to this, we are providing the doubt solving portal. And after the GATE exam, based on your GATE score, you require the post-GATE guidance, which IIT or which NIT you want to choose. All these features are provided in this test series plus. So my dear students who want to quickly get into testing yourself, this is the product you should be looking to. Now my dear students, what are the features of IMS Gate Academy? We at IMS Gate Academy are offering offline gate coaching, online gate coaching, and we are also providing the hybrid gate coaching. And in addition to this, we are providing the offline at Bangalore, Jayanagar, Malleshwaram and at Vijayawada. Now my dear students, what are the silent features of our IMS Gate Academy is, we provide subject-wise material, we provide exercise book, level 1, level 2, level 3 questions. In addition to this, my dear students, let me tell you, we are also providing the doubt solving portal, we are providing the mentorship sessions, and we are providing the All India mock test series along with 33 plus years of gate questions. Now it is the time to test yourself. I don't want to waste much of your time. So let us move on to the next question. So here what is the question we have is, a soil has a void ratio of 1. If the void ratio is reduced to 0.6, what is the percentage of volume loss? So my dear students, initially the void ratio is 1. Now the void ratio is reduced to how much, sir? It has been reduced to 0.6. Now they are asking what is the percentage volume loss. So my dear students, let me tell you here, when I talk about the solution, or you can say answer, you know my dear students, total volume is equal to what? Volume of voids plus volume of solids. Am I correct or wrong? Sidhu, are you following? Now, if I take volume of solids common here, volume of solids if I take common, 1 plus VV upon Vs. So here if you consider, my dear students, what is VV by Vs? We call it as, it is nothing but void ratio. Yes or no? So you can write here, total volume can be written as Vs into 1 plus E. Okay. Now my dear students, for any given soil, what sir? For any given soil, if you consider any given soil, for any given soil, you should understand here, my dear students, that the weight of solids and volume of solids, both the terms will be constant. That is the reason if you see, unit weight of solids is also constant. Are you getting, my dear students? For a given soil, if I consider weight of solids or volume of solids, both will be constant. So as volume of solids is constant here, volume is proportional to 1 plus E. What sir? Volume is proportional to 1 plus E. So here also, using this relation, we can develop an equation that V2 by V1 is equal to 1 plus E2 upon 1 plus E1. I hope you are following, my dear students. Now, what is the void ratio of initially E1 is 1. Now the void ratio is dropped to how much, sir? it has been dropped to 0.6. Now, what is the percentage volume loss they are asking here, my dear students? So, if I talk here, V2 by V1 can be written as 1 plus E2. What is E2, sir? 0.6. What is V1, E1, my dear student? 1 plus 1. So, my dear students, V2 by V1 can be written as 1.6 upon 2. Sorry. V2 by V1 can be written as 1.6 upon 2. So, in this problem, he has asked what is the percentage of volume loss. So, what is the percentage volume loss? If they ask you, my dear students, if they ask you what is the percentage of volume loss? Now, my dear students, when I talk about the percentage of volume loss here, the percentage of volume loss is nothing but V2 minus V1 upon V1 into 100. So, how can I develop that equation using this? So, if I substitute minus 1 on both sides, V2 minus V1 minus 1 is equal to 1.6 by 2 minus 1. Okay. Now, this can be written as V2 minus V1 by V1 is equal to 1.6 minus 2 by 2. But what they have done? They have asked a percentage. Percentage means you have to multiply. So, here it should be equal to minus 0.2 into 100. Here it will get it as minus 20%. Sir, most of the students might ask me this doubt, sir. Sir, here you have kept minus. What does that minus indicates? Shantu Godamal. Good evening, Shantu. Good evening. What does this minus indicate, sir? This minus indicates nothing but the loss. Shantu, this minus indicates what, sir? Loss. I hope you are clear, my dear student. So, what is the biggest concept here is, or I can say, what is the formula you have to remember here is V2 by V1 upon V1 is equal to 1 plus E2 upon 1 plus E1. So, my dear students, here negative indicates 20%. So, now my dear students, I'll give you some time to solve these kind of questions. So, in this question, these questions are straightforward questions. So, I was doing, okay, for typical questions, I'll be giving you the timer. Now, see students, a sampler with a volume of 45 centimeter cube is filled with a dry soil sample. When the soil is poured in a graduated cylinder, it displaces 25 centimeter cube of water. What is the void ratio of the sample? Now, my dear students, we have a principle of Archimedes. See, my dear students, when I talk about the Archimedes principle here, okay, suppose if you consider a cricket ball, if it is immersed in the water, the volume occupied by the ball, you can say, whatever the volume which is occupied by the ball, that much water will be displaced. Are you getting, my dear students? So, here you can say that volume of solids is equal to what, sir? Volume of water displaced. Am I clear, my dear students? Volume of solids is equal to what, my dear students? Volume of water displaced. So, here when I talk about volume of solids here, the volume of water displaced is how much? It is nothing but 25 centimeter cube. So, Vs is equal to 25 centimeter cube. Okay. Now, if they give you what is total volume, sir? Total volume is equal to 45 centimeter cube. Now, my dear students, what will be the volume of voids? Volume of voids is nothing but total volume minus volume of solids. So, these are very straightforward questions, let me tell you. But to understand the next concepts, you have to do these kind of problems. So, volume of voids is how much, sir? 20. So, void ratio is nothing but what? Volume of voids upon volume of solids. So, here volume of voids is how much? 20 centimeter cube, my dear students. So, 20 divided by volume of solids is 25. So, 4 by 5, this is equal to 0.8. Am I clear, my dear students? Am I clear? If you are clear, try to comment in the chat box. Okay, very good, very good. Now, This question is somewhat good question, my dear students. You have to apply some brain. If a soil sample of weight 0.18 kg, what sir? If a soil sample of weight 0.18 kg have a volume of 10 power minus 4 cubic meter and dry unit weight of 1600 kg per meter cube is mixed with 0.02 kgs of water, then what is the final water content? Very good, Sidhu. Now see sir, so here he is asking what is the water content? What sir? Here they are asking what is the water content. Water content is nothing but what? It is the ratio of weight of water upon weight of solids. What is water content sir? Weight of water upon weight of solids. Now they have given you gamma D is equal to 1600 kg per meter cube, which is given data. Okay. Now my dear students, what is the total volume given there? What is the total volume given there? Total volume is 10 power minus 4 meter cube. Am I clear? Now when you are solving this problem, my dear students, we have dry unit weight is equal to weight of solids upon total volume. Okay. When I talk about weight of solids, what is weight of solids here? It is nothing but dry unit weight into volume. Yes or no sir? So what is dry unit weight here? 1600 kg per meter cube into volume is how much sir? 10 power minus 4. So if I do weight of solids here, 0.168 kg. Okay. But let me tell you, my dear students, what is the total weight given in the problem? The total weight given in the problem is 0.18 kg. Am I correct or wrong? So how can I find the weight of the water? Sir, the total weight of the solids and the weight of the water is nothing but the total weight. So my dear students, if I write here weight of water plus weight of solids can be written as total weight. Yes or no? So here weight of water is equal to total weight minus weight of solids. What is total weight here? 0.18 kg minus 0.16 kg. So this value will be equal to 0.02 kgs. What sir? This value will be equal to how much? 0.02 kgs. So what is the weight of water, my dear students? 0.02. But let me tell you why the most of the students will do this problem wrong. This 0.02 is added with another 0.02 of water. People will take this as weight of water, but this is not the weight of water. Because in the question, they have told that they have mixed another 0.02 kgs of water. When they told here, so in that case, total weight of water will be equal to 0.02 plus 0.02. So total weight of water is 0.04 kgs of water. What is the total weight, sir? 0.04 kgs of water. Now, what is water content? We will solve here. What is water content, sir? Water content is nothing but weight of water by weight of solids. Weight of water is 0.04 and weight of solids is 0.16. So this will be equal to 1 by 4 and this value is 0.25. What is this value, sir? 0.25. So what is water content, sir? Water content is nothing but 0.25. If they ask you in percentage, then it is how much, sir? 25%. Then how much, sir, it is? 25%. So this is how you have to solve the problem, students. Now I'll give you timer for this. Try to give the best out of you. Okay. So first of all, when I give you timer, sir, try to read the question. If you are unable to solve the question also, it is the time to solve by reading the question. Okay. A saturated clay has a water content of 39.3 percentile and a bulk specific gravity of 1.84. The specific gravity of the soil is and the void ratio of the soil is. Sir, they have given the given data. Try to read the question and try to solve the problem. Sir, try to read the question and try to get the question out of it. This you have to inculcate in all the exams also, students. Whenever you are solving any competitive exam, you should first read the question carefully, understand the given data, then only you have to solve the problem. Okay, I have given you enough time, students. Okay. Now see, students. Here water content is given in the problem. The solution, if I see here, what is the water content they have given you? Water content is given as 39.3 percentile. What is the water content, sir? It is 39.3 percentile. So this value will be equal to 0.393 G. Okay. And what is the condition of the soil, sir? It is fully saturated. It is fully saturated. And specific gravity is what, sir? Specific gravity is 1.84. So my dear students, you should understand the mass specific gravity will change according to the condition. So they have given mass specific gravity in saturated state is how much, sir? How much they have given? 1.84, right? But let me tell you, what is the formula for mass specific gravity in saturated soil? It is given as gamma set upon gamma W is equal to 1.84. Until now, see, students, water content is how much, sir? Here, water content is 39.3 percentile. You can write it as 0.393, right? Now, my dear students, what is the formula for saturated unit weight? If I talk about the formula for saturated unit weight, gamma sat can be written as what, my dear students? Gamma sat can be written as gamma W into G plus E into SR upon 1 plus E. Okay. Now, if you see here the question, students, in E into SR is equal to water content into G. This is the another formula where you will come across. Okay. Now, in fully saturated state, what, my dear students? In fully saturated state, SR value will be equal to how much, sir? SR value is equal to 1. Am I correct or wrong? So, if I substitute here, SR is equal to 1. Okay. E can be written as what, my dear students? E can be written as 0.393 into G. Or remember, my dear students, E into SR, as SR is 1, this can also be written as 0.393 G only. Why both are same? Because degree of saturation is 1. Agree, my dear students? So if you solve, now you have known the values, just plug in these values into this equation. Once you plug in their values, you will get where there is only one unknown, that is specific gravity. So let me plug in that values. We can write this equation as gamma sat upon gamma W is equal to G plus ESR upon 1 plus E. Now my dear students, what is gamma sat upon gamma W? It is nothing but 1.84. What is G? You don't know. What is ESR? 0.393 G. And what is E, sir? E is nothing but 1 plus 0.393 G. Okay. Now here see students, if I talk here, what is G value? G value will be equal to 2.74. What is the value of G, sir? 2.74. And they have asked you what is void ratio. Void ratio is what, sir? Water content into G. Because SR is 1. As SR is equal to 1. So 0.393 into 2.74, you will get a value of 1.08. Agree, my dear students? Am I clear, sir? So if you see the options here, 2.74 is the right option. And if they ask you what is void ratio, okay, just see here I am doing again. E is equal to 0.393 into G. What is the value of G? Just plug in that. That is 2.74. So you will get a value of 1.08. So here the option is B. I hope you are clear, my dear students. I hope you are clear. Next, this is also a very good question, students. So a soil is to be excavated from a borrow pit, has a density of 1.75 gram per cc and water content of 12 percentile. You read the G is compacted such that the water content is 80 percentile and dry density is 1.65. You have to calculate the quantity of soil to be excavated and amount of water to be added. So please try to solve that problem, students. So try to read the question here. What is the amount of water added in tons? What is the quantity of soil? If you are unable to read, get the question also, I'll be pretty happy if you understand what is the given data over there. Okay, my dear students, I hope you have read the question. Yes, sir, very good, very good. Sir, see, actually you should understand here borrow pit and excavation problem. Here there is a borrow pit. What is borrow pit is from where you are trying to excavate the soil and trying to fill the soil. This is what we call fill. Okay, so we have two things here, borrow pit and fill. Yes or no, sir? Am I clear? Here borrow pit, they have given gamma is equal to 1.75 gram per cc or centimeter cube. And they have given you, my dear students, water content as 12 percentile. Okay. And in the first question they are asking, what is, if I take borrow pit as 1, what is the volume of V1? Now they have given the details of the fill. They have given the fill, I will assume fill as 2, and they have given the volume as 1000 meter cube. How much, sir? 1000 meter cube. And here water content is given as 18 percentile, and they have given dry density as 1.65 gram per cc or centimeter cube. So this is what the actual data given in the question. Now let me tell you, my dear students, here if I talk about dry density can be written as weight of solids upon total volume. What actually do you mean by dry density? Dry density is the ratio of weight of solids upon total volume. Now let me tell you, my dear students, for a given soil, weight of solids is constant. Yes or no? Yes or no? Very good. So gamma D is inversely proportional to volume. So what, sir? Gamma D is inversely proportional to volume. Now see, students, here gamma D1 by gamma D2 can be written as V2 upon V1. This is the relation which you have to develop. Agree? Now let me tell you, my dear students, they have given you gamma 1 and water content, but they have not provided you gamma D. So to find gamma D, we know gamma D is equal to, or gamma D1 is equal to gamma 1 upon 1 plus water content 1. You know the values of gamma 1, you know the values of water content 1. Now you just plug in that values, my dear students. What is gamma 1 there? 1.75. What is water content there? 1 plus 0.12. 12 percentile, I mean to say. So if you see here, what is gamma D1? You can calculate and you will get a value of 1.5625 or gram per cc. Or my dear students, you can write it as 1.56. Agree? Now you know gamma D1, gamma D2, just the unknown is V1. So just plug in that values here, my dear students. So gamma D1 by gamma D2 is equal to V2 upon V1. What is gamma D1, my dear students? Gamma D1 is nothing but 1.56. What is gamma D2? What is gamma D2, sir? 1.65 is equal to V2 is 1000 upon V1. If you solve, V1 is equal to 1000 multiplied by 1.65 divided by 1.56. Now if you plug in these values, my dear student, you will get a volume of 1056 meter cube. So my dear students, what is the volume of the borrow pit? The volume of the borrow pit is nothing but 1056 meter cube. What is the volume of the borrow pit? It is nothing but 1056 meter cube. But let me tell you, there is another question asked here. What is the extra amount of water to be added? This is the question they have come across. So they have asked you, what is the extra amount of water? What is the extra amount of water to be? What is the extra amount of water to be added? Now, my dear students, based on this, he is asking what is the weight of water. You know what is water content? Weight of water by weight of solids. Agree, my dear students? Now, what will be the weight of water here? Weight of water is equal to water content into weight of solids. Weight of water is how much, sir? Weight of water is equal to water content into weight of solids. But let me tell you what is gamma D. Gamma D is equal to weight of solids upon total volume. Agree? Now what is weight of solids? It is equal to gamma D into volume. But let me tell you the word extra, that has a significance, my dear students. Extra means already there is something, You have to find the difference. So here I can write here water content 1 minus, or water content 1 minus 2 or 2 minus 1. It can be 1 minus 2 or 2 minus 1. Obviously which is higher will be on the left hand side. Into weight of solids. It can be gamma D1 V1 or gamma D2 V2. It can be, because we know already in the relation, it can be gamma D1 V1 or gamma D1 V2. Because we have used that equation, my dear student. So here if you see, the extra amount of water they've asked here, if they ask you the extra amount of water, weight of water is equal to gamma D2, I can apply this for easy calculation. Sir, there is no other thing here. Sir, why you haven't used gamma D1 V1? Because I know V2 is 1000. It is easy for calculation. So that is what I want to plug in. So here it is water content 2 minus water content 1. Now my dear students, here gamma D2 is how much, sir? 1.65. 1.65 into 1000 into water content 2 is how much? 0.18. 18% is 0.18. Similarly, what is water content 1? 0.12. So if you see, this is the value is 0.06. 6 into 1.65. 0.065 into, it will be around 0.999. And if you solve this, you will get a value of 99 tons, my dear students. 16.5 into 6. Okay? Am I clear, or my dear students? 16.5 into 6 is 96. 96 plus 3 is obviously 99 tons. So the final answer here we can keep here is, one of the option is 1056. Very good. Next we have the right answer here is 99 tons. Next we have is what, sir? 99 tons, my dear students. So in this way, if you can understand the question, definitely you will have high chances to get the question solved. Okay. Now we have another question. Just I'll provide you the timer. Here we have 3 questions. Let me tell you, these linked up questions will make a difference in you, my dear students. You should be able to solve these questions. So this will definitely help you. So first read the questions, my dear students. I'll give you a timer here. Okay. Sir, try to read the question there. Okay, my dear students, here the question is given as a soil has a porosity of 40 percentile. Specific gravity is 2.5. Water content is 12 percentile. What is the water content at fully saturation? What, sir? A soil has a porosity of how much, sir? 40 percentile. When the soil is 40 percentile porosity, you can write it as 0.4%, 0.4. You know, my dear students, the relation between porosity and void ratio. N is equal to E upon 1 plus E. So what is N, sir, porosity? 0.4. So 0.4 is equal to E upon 1 plus E. Okay. Now see, students, if I talk about void ratio here, E is equal to 0.66 or E can be taken as 0.67. Okay. So you have calculated what is the void ratio, sir? 0.67. Now what they have asked, sir? Water content at fully saturation. Sir, what is the water content at fully saturation? You know E is equal to what? Water content to G upon SR. This is the general equation, my dear students. Now, for fully saturation, what will be the value of SR? SR value is equal to 1. For fully saturation, let me tell you, my dear students, the value of SR is equal to 1. Now, if I plug in that value, 0.67 is equal to, SR is how much, sir? 1. Sorry. Water content to G is how much, sir? 2.5. Divided by SR is how much, sir? 1. So, water content is equal to 0.67 divided by 2.5. Okay. So, if you do this, it will be around 1 upon 3.8. 1 divided by 3.8 is how much, sir? So, if you see, are you getting me, my dear students? 1 divided by 3.8, it will be around 26.666. So, if you solve this, can anyone tell me? The value will be equal to 0.266 or you can say 26.6 percentile. Agree? I hope you are clear. So, we got here the answer is option B, 26.66. Now, what they have asked you? The weight of water required to be added for 100 meter cube of soil for fully saturation. What, sir? For weight of water to be added. What he is asking? Weight of water to be added, right? Volume is given as how much, sir? For 100 meter cube of soil. Now, I told you just now, my dear students, how to find out the weight of water, sir? Gamma dV1 into water content. Here he is not asking extra amount of water. If I use the extra amount of water, then I find the difference between them. Sir, gamma D1 V1 is nothing but what? You can say this is nothing but weight of solids. What, sir? This is nothing but weight of solids. So, weight of solids into water content is nothing but weight of water. So, here gamma D1 first of all. So, how to find out gamma D is? Gamma D is equal to gamma W into G upon 1 plus E. Sir, here see, my dear students, you should be smart here. What is volume here? 100 meter cube. So, here it is in meter cube. So, gamma W try to take in meter cube. What is the value of gamma W in meter cube? It is 1 ton per meter cube into what is the value of G, sir? 2.5 divided by 1 plus void ratio is 0.67. So, if you do this 2.5 divided by 1.67, this is nothing but 1.5. So, what is the gamma D value? 1.5 ton per meter cube. Now, you know all the values, you just plug in here. Gamma D is how much, sir? 1.5 ton per meter cube. Volume is how much, sir? 100 meter cube. Water content is how much, sir, for fully saturation? Just now you have done. It is 26.6 percentile or 0.266. Am I correct or wrong, my dear students? So this value will be equal to how much, sir? This value is equal, how much they have asked? Sir, 1 second. The weight of water required to be added. Sir, here also they have given added term. They have not asked that. Initially they have given the water content as how much, sir? So 12 percentile initially. So here also they have asked added. The word added is there. So here also you should know water content 1 minus water content 2. Agree, my dear students? So 0.266 minus 0.12. Okay. So if you solve this, students, it will be around 150 into 0.146. Yes or no? Yes or no, sir? So if you solve this, you will get roughly around 22 tons. Okay, if you do, you will get 21.9, I think. But roughly you can write it as 22 tons. Agree, my dear students? Yes or no? The next question is very good question. Okay, the continuation of this same question. Water content which can fully saturate and increase the volume by 5%. So this question is very important, let me tell you. Sir, initially the volume is how much, sir? 100 meter cube. Okay. Now let me tell you, my dear students, now the volume has been increased by 5%. What is the increase in percentile? 5. So for you, 100 plus 5 by 100 into 100. So this value will be equal to, sir, V2 will be equal to how much? 105 meter cube. What is V1? 100 meter cube. What is V2, sir? 105 meter cube. Agree? Now see here, V2 by V1. Okay, V2 by V1 is equal to 1 plus E2 by E1. Now for this volume, what should be the void ratio? You should calculate. What is V2, sir? 105. What is V1, my dear students? 100. Am I correct or wrong? So what is E2? I don't know. 1 plus E2 is E2, we don't know. And what is E1, sir? 1 plus 0.67. So my dear students, you can write here 1 plus E2 is equal to 1.67 into 1.05. Because 105 by 100, I can write it as 1.05. If you solve this, you will get 1.743. So what will be the E2 value, sir? E2 is equal to 0.743. Now if you know the void ratio, can't you find out the water content at which the soil is fully saturated? Now see, the water content E, you can write here, E is equal to what, sir? Water content to G upon SR. What, sir? E, void ratio E can be written as water content to G upon SR. So for fully saturation, I told you, for fully saturation, what will be the SR, students? The SR value is equal to 1. Okay, for fully saturation, SR value is equal to 1. So if I plug in that values, water content is equal to E by G. G is how much, sir? 2.5. So 1 divided 2.5. Okay, if you solve this, roughly you will get a value of around 0.299, or you can write 29.9%, approximately you can write 30% or 20.9.9. Okay. Okay, sir. Just check it. This is the answer we have, that is 30%. Agree, my dear students? Okay. So this is one of the beautiful questions, students. Try to read this question and try to solve this question. I will be very happy if you solve this question. I'll give you 2 minutes of time also. You have to understand the Atterberg limits, all those things stuff here. Please write down this. Sir, try to read the question there. If you can read the question carefully, you can solve the problem there. They have given the plastic limit and liquid limit of soil, okay? And they are trying to ask the shrinkage limit and shrinkage ratio. For this problem to be solved, you should be aware of the concepts of Atterberg limits, my dear students. Okay? So let me go into the problem, students. So here, what is the problem? Let me tell you. Okay. If you see here the graph, one second, students. Okay. Now see, sir, you should be aware of this graph actually. Okay. Once you are aware of this graph only, you can solve these problems. Agree? Sir, see. Sir, it is a graph drawn between volume and water content. Okay. Now, these points we call it as liquid limit. Okay. This point you call it as plastic limit. Okay. And this point you call it as shrinkage limit. Okay. Now this value is called dry volume. The volume at shrinkage limit is called what, sir? Dry volume. Similarly, the volume at plastic limit is called what? Plastic volume. Similarly, the volume at liquid limit is given as VL. Yes, VL. Now see, students, in this problem they have clearly told the difference VL minus VD is equal to given data 36% of dry volume. What's sir? 36% of dry volume. Similarly, the volume change from VP to VD. The volume change from what, sir? VP minus VD is given as how much? 24% of VD. The volume change they have given, sir, here. This volume is given as 24. So what will be this change? This is simple. From here to here it is 36. From here to here it is 24. So the volume change from liquid limit to plastic limit is 12% of dry volume. What, sir? It is 12 percentile of dry volume. Any doubts, my dear students? Any doubts, sir? So if you see the diagram here, the slope at every point, at this point should be same. I am telling mathematical part, okay? Now you can write from that equation VL minus VP is equal to what, sir? VL minus VP is equal to here Y2 minus Y1 by X2 minus X1, WL minus WP, and is equal to VP minus VD upon WP minus WS. Agree? What is VL minus VP? What is VL minus VP? They have given, see students, VL minus 33. See 36 percentile of the dry volume, similarly 24. So VL minus VP is 12 percentile of VD. And they have given in the question, what is liquid limit, sir? 45 percentile. And what is plastic limit? 33 percentile. Is equal to VP minus VD. What is VP minus VD, sir? What is VP minus VD? VP minus VD. Yes or no? That is equal to 24 percentile of VD. Yes or no? Upon WP minus WS. WP is how much, sir? 33 percentile minus WS. Yes or no? So here VD cancel. 45 minus 33 is how much? 12. So this value will be equal to 1. 1 is equal to 24 percentile upon 33 percentile minus WS. If you solve this equation, you will get shrinkage limit is how much, sir? 9 percentile. How much value you will get? Shrinkage limit? Shrinkage limit you will get a value of how much? You will get a value of 9 percentile. Am I clear, sir? Am I clear? Yes or no? Now you got the shrinkage limit, but what they are asking, what is the shrinkage ratio of the soil? Sir, this question is very simple if you know the concept. What is shrinkage ratio, sir? Sir, shrinkage ratio is nothing but volume change expressed in terms of dry volume to the corresponding change in water content. What, sir? What is shrinkage ratio? Shrinkage ratio is nothing but VL minus VP upon VD upon WL minus WP. Are you getting me? What is VA? This term is also called as volumetric shrinkage. Volume change expressed in terms of dry volume to the corresponding change in what, sir? Water content. So you know already it is equal to 12 percentile of VD divided by VD upon WL is how much, sir? 45 and WP is how much? 33. So 45 percentile minus 33 percentile. Okay. So here, my dear students, VD cancel. 45 minus 33 is 12. 12 upon 12 is equal to how much, sir? 1. So the shrinkage ratio value, if you ask me, what is the shrinkage ratio? What is the shrinkage ratio value, sir? Shrinkage ratio value will be equal to 1. Agree, sir? So you can write here the answer of shrinkage ratio is 1. And how much we got, sir? Shrinkage limit 9 percentile. I hope you are clear with this true problems. Okay, next solve this another beautiful question, students. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Sir, try to read the question here. If you can read the question, then half of the question will is done. Okay, try to read the question, students. Okay, my dear students, I have given you enough time here. What is the question here you have to read? The mass specific gravity of a fully saturated specimen has a water content of 40 percentile and it is 1.88. On oven drying, the mass specific gravity drops to how much, sir? 1.74. 1.88 and 1.74. The specific gravity of the clay, shrinkage limit, and what they are asking? Okay, specific gravity they are asking. Let me see. Water content is how much, sir? Water content is given as 40 percentile. So what should be the value? 0.4. Okay. Now initially the soil is what, sir? Saturated. So gamma sat by gamma W is given as 1.88. You already know, my dear students, gamma sat is equal to what, sir? Gamma W into G plus E upon 1 plus E. Yes or no? So if I plug in these values here, gamma sat by gamma W is equal to G plus E upon 1 plus E. Okay. So here what is gamma sat by gamma W? This value is equal to 1.88 is equal to G. We don't know. But E is equal to how much, sir? 0.4G upon E is equal to 1 plus 0.4G. Now, if you plug in these values, you will get 1.88 is equal to 1.4G upon 1 plus 0.4G. Okay, if you simplify it, you will get G is equal to how much, sir? 2.9. What is the value of G here? 2.9. But what they have asked, what is the shrinkage limit will be? So see, on oven drying, the mass specific gravity drops to how much, sir? On oven drying, sir, the present, initially it is saturated. Sir, this question is very tricky. Initially the condition is saturated. Okay. Now what is the condition, sir? It is dry. So see, now he is asking shrinkage limit. They have given gamma D by gamma W is equal to how much, sir? 1.74. What, sir? 1.74. Am I clear or not? So here gamma D is equal to how much? Gamma W upon G into 1 plus E. Or gamma D by gamma W is equal to G upon 1 plus E. So here 1 plus E can be written as G upon gamma D by gamma W. So what is the E value? Can anyone tell me? What is G value, sir, here? It is 2.9 divided by 1.74. What is the E value? Can anyone tell me, my dear students? What is the E value you got, sir, there? Anyone, my dear students? What is the value of E you have got there? So if you see here, E you will get a value of 0.67. What, sir? E is equal to 0.67. Now, my dear students, let me tell you here. Here E is equal to what, sir? Water content to G upon SR. And shrinkage limit is given by the formula E upon G. E is 0.66 upon G is 2.9. Okay. So you will get a value of around 0.229, or you can write 22.9%. So this will be your, what is WS? Shrinkage limit. What is WS, sir? Shrinkage limit. Agree, my dear students? So if you see here, what is the shrinkage limit? 22.9 means 23%. Here what is the value? C, 2.9. So we have done this problem. They have asked us the same problem. What is shrinkage ratio? It was given in the problem itself. So what is shrinkage ratio, sir? I told you already. If they ask you what is shrinkage ratio. Now my dear students, if they ask you what is shrinkage ratio is nothing but the mass specific gravity at where, sir? This is the mass specific gravity at, this is the mass specific gravity at dry state. This is the mass specific gravity at dry state. Okay. So here shrinkage ratio can be taken as GM gamma D by gamma W, that is equal to 1.74 directly. Yes or no? So they have given the answer directly in the question itself. So the option C is the right answer. This is also a linked up question for that question only. Now try to solve this question, Amma. This is a very good question here. I'll give you some time to solve this question. And remember, my dear students, if you can solve these questions, you will be getting good marks, because usually in properties of soil, we are expecting 100% question. So please solve this question. Laboratory sieve analysis is, see the given data there. The laboratory sieve analysis was carried out on a soil sample using a complete set of standard IS sieves. Out of 600 grams of soil used in the test, 240 grams was retained on IS 600, 300 grams on IS 500, and the remaining was retained on IS 425. What is the coefficient of uniformity of the soil and what is the classification of the soil? This you have to study. Sir, I hope you have done this problem. Okay, you have sir, see, they have given that there is a laboratory sieve analysis which is carried out. In this, they are having 600 micron, 500 micron and 425 micron. In 600 micron, 240 grams. So you should have an idea on sieve analysis. Okay. So my dear students, see here. What is the total weight they have given here? As how much, sir? 600 grams. Okay. Now see, my dear students, they have given you IS 600 micron sieve. Okay. In IS 600 micron sieve. Next one is IS 500 micron sieve. And next one we have is IS 425 micron sieve. Okay. Now my dear students, if you see here, the weight retained they have given. The weight retained. The weight retained is how much, sir? Here it is 240 grams. And here it is how much, sir? IS 500 micron sieve, 300 grams. And the remaining was retained on 425 micron sieve. So total weight is how much, sir? 600 grams. So out of 600, how much is retained on 425? So you can write 600 minus 240 plus 300. So how much is retained, sir? 60 grams was retained. So how much it was retained? 60 grams was retained. So here we can say 60 grams. Agree? Now here if I talk about percentage weight retained, what I have to do, sir? Percentage weight retained. You should be very careful, students, here. What is percentage weight retained? It is nothing but 240 upon total weight is 600 into 100. So 240 by 6 is hardly 40 percentile. If it is 300 by 600 into 100, this is equal to 50 percentile. Okay. Now, if it is 60 grams here, this is equal to 60 by 600 into 100. This is equal to 10 percentile. So here what is the weight retained, sir? 40 percentile. Here it is 50 percentile and here it is 10 percentile. This is what, sir? Percentage weight retained. This is what, sir? Percentage weight retained. Next one we have is cumulative weight retained. What we have? Next one is cumulative weight retained. Cumulative means you can have to add individually. So it is 40 percentile here. Here it is 40 plus 50 percentile, which is equal to 90 percentile here. And here it is equal to 40 plus 50 plus 10. That is equal to 100 percentile. Now here if I talk about percentage finer. What is percentage finer, sir? Here it is. What is percentage finer here? Here it is nothing but 100 minus 40. It is, or you can say percentage passing. Percentage finer, or it is also called percentage fault. This is 60 percentile. And here it is 100 minus 90. This is equal to 10 percentile. And here it is 0. Now, my dear students, do you know what is coefficient of uniformity? They've asked you there, what is coefficient of uniformity, right? So, in the problem, if you see, what is coefficient of uniformity? What is the coefficient of uniformity? If I talk about coefficient of uniformity, sir, it is given as Cu. Cu is equal to D60 upon D10. What, sir? Cu is taken as D60 upon D10. Here what is D60? Here it is 60% passing. What is here 10? 10% passing. Okay. So, first of all, see students, D10 is the effective size of the sieve here. So, it is IS 500 where 10%, and what is D60? IS 600. So, 60%. Sir, first of all, let me tell you, if they represent you D30, D60, D20, whatever, they are nothing but first of all, they are the sieve sizes. So, here D60 is IS 600 and D10 is IS 500 micron. So, here Cu is equal to 600 micron upon 500 micron, which is equal to 1.2. What is the coefficient of uniformity, sir? Coefficient of uniformity is nothing but, here it is equal to how much? 1.2. Agree? Yes or no, my dear students? Very good. Now see students, have you observed one thing? If you see IS 600 micron sieve means it is in mm, it will be equal to 0.6 mm. Similarly, if you see here, it is 500 mm, 500 microns, so 0.5 mm, or if it is 0.425 mm. Now let me tell you, my dear students, all these are the sieve sizes of what? They are the sand. If you see, if the soil particles are between 0.075 mm to 4.75 mm, whatever the soil particles which are in this, between this, we call it as sand. So from the sieve, it is evident or clear that the type of the soil is sand. It is evident or clear that the type of the soil is sand. Agree, my dear students? So now, for a soil to be well graded, sand to be well graded, Cu should be greater than 6. But what is the value of Cu you got here? Here it is 1.2. So for any other value, we can say that it is poorly graded. For any other value, what you can say, my dear students? It is poorly graded. Agree? So when Cu is greater than 6, then only we say it is well graded. So the final answer here will be SP, that is poorly graded sand. So the answer here is, one is the coefficient of uniformity is 1.2, which you got, and here it indicates poorly graded sand. I hope you are clear, students. If you are clear, just try to reply in the chat box. Okay, another question. This is also a good question, sir. Try to solve this question, my dear students. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Try to read the question, students, there. Try to read the question, students, there. Try to read the question, students, there. Okay, so here you have given the question here, see, students. The question here is, the following data were recorded in a constant head permeability test. Internal dia of the permeameter is pi by 7.5 centimeters. Head lost sample length is 24.7 over a length of 18 centimeters. The quantity of water collected, here if I see, the quantity of water collected is 60 seconds is 626 ml. The porosity of the sample is 44 percentile. Calculate the coefficient of permeability of the soil, discharge velocity and seepage velocity during the test. Okay. Now see, students, let us solve this question. First of all, when I talk about this test, we have, it is a constant head test. Okay. It is a constant head test. In the name itself, the head is kept constant. Now see, students, first of all, you should understand what is I. I is nothing but the hydraulic gradient. But sir, I is nothing but the hydraulic gradient. I is nothing but the hydraulic gradient. When I talk about I, hydraulic gradient here, I is equal to what? Hydraulic gradient. So here I is hydraulic gradient, means this should be equal to delta H upon L. What's our hydraulic gradient is delta H upon L. So here the loss of head is given as 24.7 centimeter divided by length is how much, sir? 18. Okay. So here 1.37. What, sir? Hydraulic gradient is given as how much? 1.37. They have given the dia of the perimeter as 7.5 centimeter. Okay. So area will be equal to how much, sir? Pi by 4 d square. What, sir? Area will be equal to pi by 4 d square. That you can write it as pi by 4 into 7.5 centimeters. Agree, my dear students? Yes or no? Now here see, students, according to Darcy's law, velocity is proportional to I. Now you can write this equation as velocity is equal to I into K. You can write this as what, sir? Velocity is equal to I into K. Now what will be Q, sir? What will be Q? Q is equal to area into velocity. So velocity is what? Ik. So Q is equal to AIK. Now see, students, you should know what is discharge. Sir, see, my dear students, they have given you discharge. Discharge is what, sir? Volume upon time. What, sir? Volume upon time. They have given you, volume is how much, sir, given in the problem? Volume is given as 626 ml. Volume is given as how much, sir? 626 ml. So this value will be equal to how much, sir? 626 centimeter cube. Okay. Now here if I talk about discharge, discharge is equal to what? Volume by time. So 626 upon time is how much, sir? They have given, what is the value, sir? 60 seconds, I think. So 626 divided, you will get a value of 10.43. Sir, ml value and centimeter are same because 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml or 1000 centimeter cube. So here it is 10.43 centimeter cube per second. Now you know discharge, you know the area, you know the I value. What is the unknown is K. So first of all, if I talk about here, Q is equal to AIK. What is Q, sir? Q can be written as AIK. Yes or no? So what is the discharge we have? We have 10.43. What is the area we have, sir? Pi by 4 into 7.5 square. Sir, 7.5 square means 56.25 divided by 14 means it will be around 19. And if you solve this 14, if you solve this, you will get around, I think, 42 or something. Roughly, I am telling you. Into I is 1.37 into K. Okay. So, my dear students, if you do here, you will get the value of K as 0.172 centimeter per second. How much, sir? If you solve and if you get the value, K value is equal to how much? 0.12 centimeter per second. But in the problem, they've asked you velocity also. So what is velocity? Velocity is nothing but I into K. What is velocity, sir? I into K. So here what is I? Here we have 1.37 into K is how much, sir? 0.172. So what is the velocity here we have? Velocity is equal to 0.236 centimeter per second. What is the velocity, sir? 0.236 centimeter per second. Similarly, my dear students, what is C-phase velocity? What is C-phase velocity, sir? seepage velocity is nothing but Vs. Okay, seepage velocity Vs is equal to velocity upon porosity. Okay, so if I do here, I think porosity is given as 44% students. Very good. So if I plug in here seepage velocity, what is velocity, sir? 0.236. Porosity is 44, it will be 0.44. If you solve this, you will get 0.536 centimeter per second. So these are all the answers. It can be asked in NIT question, my dear students. So here if they ask you coefficient of permeability, they have asked 0.12. Velocity they asked 0.236, and finally they have asked you seepage velocity, which is 0.536. I hope you are clear with this problem. Very good. Now solve this question, students. Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Try to solve the question and try to understand the given data over there. Smooth vertical 4-meter high is pushed against a mass of soil having a horizontal surface and a shearing resistance given by Coulomb's equation, in which C is equal to 20 kilonewton per meter square and phi is equal to 30 degrees. Now I'll give you 2 minutes of time, students. Try to solve the question or try this question. If anyone could answer, I'll definitely see the answer. How many of you can done the problem? So try to read the question, and if you have any queries, you can ask me. I hope you have gone through the question, students. So let me tell you, first of all, whenever these questions are asked, first let me tell you, my dear students, whenever the retaining wall is pushed, okay, retaining wall is what, sir? Pushed. When you see this word pushed, that itself says that the wall is moving in this direction. So this indicates passive earth pressure. What does this indicate, sir? This indicates passive earth pressure. This indicates passive earth pressure. Okay. Now, as I told you so many times, when you see please follow these steps for any earth pressure diagram. So first try to calculate the coefficient of passive pressure. First try to find the coefficient of passive pressure. Coefficient of passive. Try to find out the coefficient of passive earth pressure. Okay. When I talk about the coefficient of passive earth pressure here. What is this? This is nothing but Kp. So what is Kp, sir? Kp is equal to 1 plus sin phi upon 1 minus sin phi. Okay, but let me tell you, they have given you value of phi is equal to how much, sir? 30 degrees. So Kp, if you plug in this value, 1 plus sin 30 upon 1 minus sin 30. Okay, that is 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2. This value will be equal to 3. So this value is equal to how much, sir? 3. So what is the value of coefficient of passive pressure? The value of coefficient of passive pressure is 3. I hope you are clear, students. Next one we have to find out is the retaining wall is having a height of 4 meter. Okay. Cohesion is equal to how much, sir? 20 kilo. Oh, sorry. And if you see, there is a surcharge here, 20 kilonewton per meter square. So due to surcharge, if you see, the vertical stress distribution will be same. It will be 20 at top and 20 at bottom. Now what is the gamma, sir? Okay, what is the gamma here it is having? It will be 20 at top and 20 here. Now what is the unit weight of soil they have given? This is given as 20 kilonewton per meter cube. So here, if you see this will come in this way. So here what will be the value? 20 into 4, this value will be equal to 80 kilonewton per meter square. So for you, for easy understanding, the stress at top is 20 and the stress at bottom is 100. But let me tell you, it is a cohesive soil. The cohesion is given as how much, sir? Cohesion is given as 20 kilonewton per meter square. Yes or no? So my dear students, the third step is to find out the passive pressure. The passive pressure at the top or the passive pressure for cohesive soils is given by the equation passive pressure Pp is equal to Kp into sigma V plus 2C root Kp. What, sir? Kp into sigma V plus 2C into root Kp. Am I clear, my dear students? So what is the value of Kp? Just plug in these values. 3. We are finding the passive pressure at where, sir? Top. So sigma V at top is how much? 20 plus 2 into 20 into root 3. Root 3 is how much, sir? What is the value of root 3? I think it is how much, students? 1.732. So 60 plus 68. It will be how much, sir? Can anyone tell me what is the value you got? I think if you solve this, you will get a value of around 130.2 kilonewton per meter square or 129.28 or whatever, sir, roughly. Now, passive pressure at bottom. I think you will get, 1 second, students. Okay, you will get a value of 129.28, I think, kilonewton per meter square, because this is 60. Okay, passive pressure at bottom, now they are asking. What is the passive pressure at bottom is 3 into 100 plus 2C root Kp, 2 into 20 into root 3. This one will be equal to 369.28 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, I hope you are following, students. Now see, students, if you see the pressure at top is how much, sir? 129.28. The pressure at bottom is how much, sir? 369.28. This is how much? 369.28. Okay, remember this is the what, sir? This is the passive earth pressure diagram. This is passive earth pressure. This is the passive earth pressure diagram. Okay. And remember, my dear students, the area of the pressure diagram, area of pressure diagram is nothing but what, sir? Is nothing but the force. Area of the pressure diagram is nothing but equal to what? Area of that pressure diagram is nothing but equal to what, sir? Force. Okay. Now see, students, if I do here, this is a trapezoid, right? What is the area of trapezoid? Half into height into sum of the parallel sides. Here what is the height, sir? It is 4 meter. So if I do area here, force half into 4 into 169.28, sorry, 129.28 plus 369.28. Okay. So it is 72, 72.72, 0.72. I think it is 1.44, 2.88. So if you solve this, 997.12 kilonewton per meter will be the passive force. What, sir? It will be equal to 997.12 kilonewton per meter. Am I correct or wrong? Now, there can be, sir, these can be a 3 to 4 questions. So there can be 4 questions covered in this question. So any question if they ask how to solve, I am trying to do. Now where does this force acts? The force acts at its, centroid. What, sir? The force acts at its centroid. Sir, for centroid, you know A1 Y1 upon sigma, you know, you can divide this into a rectangle and triangle. But for trapezoid, you can take direct formula as h by 3 into 2a plus b by a plus b. If you take a value from top, then it will be from bottom. If you take a value as bottom, then the centroid will be from top. So h is equal to 4 by 3 into 2 into 129.28 plus 369.28 divided by 369.28 plus 129.28. So around 500, 620, it will be 1.4. So I think 1.4, sir. 500, this will be almost 620, 1.2, 1.24. If you solve this, you will get a value of 1.68 meter roughly. 1.2 into 1.33, it will be roughly around 1.68. Okay, if it is okay, I hope you are clear. So any kind of doubts in this question, you can ask me, my dear students. Any doubts in this? Okay. So we'll go to the next question. So read the question here. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Okay. First try to read the question, students. What is the given data over there? First try to read that. Okay, the side of a canal is shown in the figure. The soil properties are gamma side 20, C 25. For the trial slip circle, find the factor of safety when the canal runs with full water level and when the canal gets emptied suddenly. Okay, so try to solve this question, students. Okay. Just a second, students. Here see, students, this is the question they have given you. Okay. Here if you see, they have given radius is how much, sir? 8 meter. And what is the theta they have given you? Theta is given as 96 degrees. Now see, students, let me tell you what is phi is equal to 0 analysis. When I talk about phi is equal to 0 analysis, okay. See, students, the factor of safety for rotational failure, is, what is the factor of safety for rotational failure, sir? The factor of safety for rotational failure is resisting moment upon driving moment. What, sir? It is the ratio of resisting moment upon driving moment. Okay. Now see, students, here if I consider here the failure surface, okay, the failure surface is an arc of a circle, okay, and here you will call this as centroidal distance. This is weight. Always remember, my dear students, the resisting force will be due to cohesion. So in the previous sessions I have told you what is the factor of safety formula. It is given by the formula C into LR upon W into X bar. X bar is the centroidal distance, which we call, this is X bar. This is the what we call it as radius. Okay. Now see, students, first condition is it is submerged condition, right? So when the canal gets submerged, or you can say full of water, when the canal runs, they have given when canal runs full of water. Now see, students, when the canal runs with full of water, okay, it is something like a submerged case, okay. So first of all, if this is theta, and if they have given you this as radius, what will be the length of the arc, sir? What will be the length of the arc? It is a quite simple formula. L will be equal to r theta. Length of the arc is equal to what, sir? R theta. So here radius is given as 8 meter into 96 divided by this is degrees in radians, so we divide into pi by 180. Yes or no? Or if you are confused, you can write here 8. L is equal to what, sir? R theta. 8 into theta is how much? 96 into, to convert into radians, it is pi by 180. So what will be the length of the arc here? The length of the arc here is how much, sir? It is equal to 13.4 meter. What is the length of the arc here? It is 13.4 meter. So here this is what, sir? Length of the arc is nothing but r theta, or it is equal to 13.42, you can write 13.5 meter. Now see, students, how to find out weight here is submerged case. So you should use gamma dash. What, sir? When canal runs with full of water, you should use what, sir? Gamma dash. So gamma dash is equal to what, sir? gamma sat minus gamma W. Okay. If you see here, students, they have given C value is how much, sir? C value is 25, gamma sat is 20. Okay. But let me tell you, gamma W, if you take exact value, my dear students, you will get 9.81. But for easy calculation, I will take it as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. Now, what will be the gamma dash, sir, here? Gamma dash is equal to 20 minus 10, that is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. Now, if I take gamma dash is equal to weight by volume, what is weight, sir? Weight is equal to gamma dash into volume. So, 10 into, what is the volume? Volume is, they have given area is how much, sir? 33, I think. How much, sir? Area they have given as 33 meters square. So, 10 into 33 per meter length, if you take, here it is 330 kilonewton per meter. Okay. Now, see, students, they have given the centroidal distance as 2. So, if you plug in these values here, what is factor of safety, sir? C into L into R upon W into X bar. Okay, C is how much, sir? 25. Length of the arc is how much? 13.4. And here it is 8. Okay, 25 into 8 is how much, sir? 2000, 2600, 2720 or something. 680. Divided by weight is how much, sir? 330 into, what is this value? X bar, it is 2 meter, right? So, 2. What is this? 200, 2680 divided by 2680 divided by 660. Okay. 64. If you solve this, you will get around 4.03 or 4.06 you will get, sir. What is the factor of safety you will get? 4.06. If you are exactly, you might get 4.03. Okay. Now, in this case, what they have done, sir? Here, the other case also they have done. When canal gets emptied suddenly. What, sir? The second B question is, this is important. When a canal gets emptied suddenly. When the canal gets emptied suddenly, okay, when the canal gets emptied suddenly, here what we have to use, sir? Here we have to use gamma sat. Here what we have to use? We have to use gamma sat. So, here gamma sat is equal to what, sir? Okay. So, here weight by volume. Weight is equal to gamma sat into volume. If you see here, it will come as 20 into 33 into 1. Here it will become 660 kilonewton per meter. Now, see, sir, all the values are same here. If I do factor of safety, CLR upon W into X bar, C is 25, L is 13.4, R is 8, W is how much, sir? 660 into X bar is how much, sir? 2. If you solve this, you will get a value of 2.03. What is this value, sir? This value will get how much, sir? 2.03. And this value is 4.06. Okay. So, any question related to this, you can solve. Okay. So, any doubts, sir, here? Any doubts in this topic? So, my dear students, whenever there is a phi is equal to 0 analysis, this is the concepts which you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now, see, students. Just a second. Okay. You can solve this question, sir. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Try to solve the question here. Try to understand the given data. Okay. If you can understand the given data, there is nothing in that question. Okay. Try to understand the question. What is the find the safe bearing capacity as per Terjagi's theory for a granular soil with gamma is equal to 18 kilonewton per meter cube. Width of the footing is 2 meter. Depth of the foundation is 1 meter, and they have given Terjagi bearing capacity coefficients. Questions in this you can ask me. Okay, I hope you have done with this question. Now see students, you have to understand the question first of all here. Sir, see, if they didn't mention any footing, so you have to take it as a strip footing, sir. By default, you have to take it as a strip footing. Okay. Now they are asking what is the safe bearing capacity. They have not told it is a net safe bearing capacity. They told it as what, sir? Safe bearing capacity. When they told you safe bearing capacity means we always take gross safe bearing capacity only. If they told you exclusively net safe bearing capacity, then we will calculate net safe bearing capacity. Am I clear? So see students, here in this problem for strip footing, Q is equal to CNC plus gamma D and Q plus 0.5 gamma B n gamma. This is the formula. Okay. Now see students, they have told in the problem that it is a granular soil. Sir, whenever they told granular soil, or if they given you sand, granular soils are nothing but sand or gravel. When they used these three terms, by default you can assume that C is equal to 0. C means bonding will be not there. Cohesion will be equal to 0. So if you apply the equation here, Q is equal to gamma D and Q plus 0.5 gamma B n gamma. They have already given NQ is equal to what, sir? 30. N gamma is given as how much? 40. Width of the footing is how much? 2 meter. Are you following, my dear students? Are you following, sir? Similarly, what is the depth of the footing? 1 meter. So you know all the values. Just plug in these values in that. So QU is equal to 18 into depth is how much, sir? 1 meter into NQ is how much? 30 plus 0.5 into gamma B is how much? 18 into width is how much? 2 into n gamma is how much? 40. So if I solve this, this is 18 into 30 is how much, sir? 540 plus 0.5 into 2, 80, 840, 720. So if you solve this, ultimate bearing capacity will be 1260 kilonewton per meter square. Am I correct or wrong, my dear students? Now we have to find out the net ultimate bearing capacity. Net ultimate bearing capacity is equal to ultimate bearing capacity upon minus gamma D. So here it is equal to 1260 minus 18 into 1. So this is equal to 1242 kilonewton per meter square. What, sir? 1242 kilonewton per meter square. This is what, sir? Net ultimate bearing capacity. Okay. So here When I talk about net safe bearing capacity is net ultimate bearing capacity by factor of safety. In the problem, the factor of safety is given as 3. So 1242 divided by 3, you will get 414 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. Now, my dear students, if I talk about gross safe bearing capacity is nothing but net safe bearing capacity plus gamma into D. Am I clear, my dear students? So, the net safe bearing capacity is given as 414 plus 18 into 1 meter. So, you can get a value of 432 kilonewton per meter square. So, if this is an NIT question, the gross safe bearing capacity QS is equal to 4, how much sir we got? 432 kilonewton per meter square. So, this is the final answer you can write. Okay. I hope you are clear with this solution. Any doubts, if you have, you can comment in the chat box. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. This is also very good question. Easy, but you have to know this question because this is a very seriously good question which you have to see. So try to read the question over there. A settlement of 6 mm was noted under the pressure intensity in a plate load test was 30 centimeter into 30 centimeter in a sandy soil. The settlement under a footing of size 1.8 meter into 1.8 meter under the same pressure intensity in mm is. This is what they are asking. Okay. Now I have given you enough time, students. So here what you have to do, sir, you have to find the settlement. So my dear students, there was a test called, let me give you the insight of this plate load test. Sir, when I talk about plate load test, okay, usually a square plate is used for this test. Okay, using the plate load test, you can find out what things, sir? You can find out, one is the ultimate load. The load at which the plate starts sinking is taken as ultimate load. What you can find out, sir? You can find out the ultimate load. It is the point where the plate starts sinking. It is the load, I can say. Similarly, you can know the settlement also. Similarly, what you can know, sir? How much the plate has been sinked, that is settlement. Okay. Now see, students, here in this question they have given you for sandy soils. Okay. So for sandy soils, there is a standard formula to find the settlement. Okay. So if I have done SF by SP is equal to breadth of the foundation upon breadth of the plate into breadth of the plate plus 0.3 upon breadth of the foundation plus 0.3 whole square. This is the standardized formula to find the settlement of foundation In which case, sir? In the case of sandy soils. Yes or no, my dear students? So if I talk about settlement of foundation, this is SF, and they have given clearly settlement of plate will be 6 mm. Now my dear students, the important thing, it is a kind of empirical formula. So breadth of the foundation and breadth of the plate should be substituted in meters only when you are using this formula. Okay. Here see students, breadth of the foundation is given as 1.8 meter because it is a square. Similarly, breadth of the plate is given as 30 centimeter, which you have to consider in meter, that is equal to 0.3 meter. So my dear students, if I do here, if I plug in the value of breadth of the foundation, what is the breadth of the foundation, sir? It is something around 1.8, which is given in the problem, plus 0.3 plus 0.3 upon breadth of the plate is 0.3 into 1.8 plus 0.3. So it is 3.6 divided by 2.1. Okay. So if you solve this, this will be around 2.95 or something. If you do this, you will get a value of 3.6 divided by 2.1. It will be around what, sir? You will get 1.5 or 1.6 or something. And if you do the whole square, you will get around 2.96. And if you see, if you solve this problem, you will get settlement of foundation is equal to 17.63 mm. What is the answer, sir? 17.63 mm. So people are accustomed to learn this formula in sandy soils. But let me tell you, my dear students, there is another easy formula. If they give you in clays, okay, if they give you in clays, how to find out the settlement of foundation. So to find out the settlement of foundation, SF by SP in clays is equal to breadth of the foundation upon breadth of the plate. So this is the formula in case of what, sir? Clays. Somewhat easy. Sir, some of the students when I am teaching offline class or online class, they ask what will be the units. Sir, these units will be cancelled. What will be the units of SP? That will be the units also, okay? Here or here also. The right hand side units will be cancelled. Whatever the units which you take, if it is in mm, it will be in mm. If it is in centimeter, it will be in centimeter. If it is in meter, it will be in meter. I hope you are clear what I am trying to say. Very good. Next, another good question, sir. Try to read this question. I will give you 2 minutes of time. It is related to the pile foundation. Try to solve this question. Sir, try to read the question here. A square group of 9 piles were driven in a soft clay extending to a larger depth. The diameter and length of the piles are given. If the unconfined compressive strength is given and the pile spacing is given, what is the capacity of the pile group? If the factor of safety is 2.5 and the adhesion factor is 0.75. Okay, I have given you enough time, my dear students. So let me go into the question quickly. Sir, he is asking what is the capacity of the pile group, right? So whenever he is asking the capacity of the pile group, here when I talk about group capacity, let me tell you the insight of it. When I talk about group capacity, sir, okay, in group capacity, we have two things, okay? In group capacity, what, sir? We have two things. What are the two things we have in group capacity here is, one is you should understand what is the individual failure. What, sir? What is the individual failure? What is group capacity? You should understand what is individual failure. Next, similarly, you should understand what is block failure. What is what, sir? What is block failure? You should understand what is individual failure and you should understand what is block failure. So you will calculate the load in both the cases. Minimum will be your ultimate, or you can say group capacity. Minimum of the both the values. Okay. Now see students, here the number of piles are given as n. Okay. Now here what I will try to do, sir? Here I will try to solve the problem using the individual failure. What, sir? Individual failure. When I talk about individual failure, students, okay, here what I can write, group capacity is equal to QG is equal to n into QUI, where n represents what, sir? Where n represents number of piles. Okay. So here what is the you can write here QG is equal to n into FB into AB plus FS into AS. Yes or no? Sir, what is the, here they have given you unconfined compression strength. Unconfined compression strength is given as 8 ton per meter square. Clear, my dear students? When they have given you 8 ton per meter square, cohesion, please write it as an important note, my dear students. The unconfined compressive strength is given as how much, sir? 8 ton per meter square. Then the cohesion will be equal to 8 by 2. It will be equal to how much, sir? 8 by 2, which is 4 ton per meter square. Am I clear, my dear students? Now you know FB is equal to what, sir? CNC. C. NC value is given as 9. So here you can plug in these values here. 9 number of piles is how much, sir? Number of piles is 9. FB is 9 into NC. C value is 4. Area at base. Sir, see, my dear students, if the pile dia is given as 30 centimeter, right? So we have to convert this into what, sir? Kilonewton per meter square or ton per meter square. So it is 0.3 meter, right? So area at base is equal to pi by 4 into 0.3 square plus alpha C. What is Fs, sir? Fs can be written as skin friction resistance. This is taken as alpha into C, where alpha is the adhesion factor, which is given in the problem as 0.75. What is the value it was given in the problem? 0.75. So you can write here 0.75 into 4. This is what, sir? This is Fs. This is Fb. Okay. Now into area, surface area. What is the surface area, sir? Surface area is nothing but perimeter. Perimeter means 2 pi r or pi dl into length of the pile is how much, sir? 10 meter. So here this multiplied by pi into 0.3 into 10. So here if you solve all these things, so here it is 36, 0.09 into 3.14, it will be around the 3 or something, sorry, 0.3 or something. And if you solve this question, okay, let me check it. 3.14 means 942 divided by 0.2, 3672. Let me check it, sir. 7.2, 63, 3, 30, 30, 32, 70. I think you will get a value of around 277.7 ton per meter square. Am I clear, sir? This is the value which you will be getting using what, sir, after solving. Roughly around, if you solve 277.14 or something also you can, but roughly you can remember as 277.7 ton per meter square. Am I clear, sir? Now we also have to understand what is the block failure condition. What is the block failure condition? What is block failure here is, here it is 9 piles, right, sir? So how many piles are there? 9. Okay, here see, the spacing between the piles is how much, sir? 0.9, and the pile dia is how much? 0.3. So it's a square group, right? Here L and this is B, both will be same. If I take L or B, if I take this as spacing S, L will be equal to 2S plus D, because S, here half dia, here also half dia, so 2S plus D. Similarly, B is equal to what, sir? B is equal to also 2S plus D. Yes or no? So spacing is given as how much in the problem? Spacing is given as 0.8. Okay, dia is given as how much, sir? 0.3. So length is equal to 2 into 0.9 plus 0.3. That is equal to how much, sir? 2.1 meter. Am I clear, students? So area of the block will be equal to, if I take L into B or L naught, because length of the pile will also be there. So I am taking L naught into B naught. L naught into B naught. It will be equal to 2.1 into 2.1. It will be around 4.42 meter square. Okay. No need to do that calculation. We will do that. Area. Surface area is what, sir? What is it? 4S. 4 into S means 4 into L naught, because here it is a square group. So I can take 4 into L. 4 into perimeter. 4S is the perimeter, right, of a square, into length of the pile. Okay, if you into length of pile. So what is this value, sir? Area at the base is equal to how much? Area of the base is equal to how much? This is 4.41 meter square. This value is how much, sir? 4.41 meter square. Similarly, what is surface area? What is surface area, sir? This one is equal to 4 into 2.1 into length is how much? 10. So here you can say it is around equal to 84 meter square. So in block failure, if you take QB, QG, group capacity, you can write it as FB into capital AB plus FS into capital AS. So what is FB, sir? CNC. So 4 into 9 into AB is how much? 4.41, I think. This is alpha 0.75 into 3 into area is how much, sir? 84. Sir, I need not to consider this value also. If you see, if you calculate this part only, this is 0.75 into 3, right? Sorry, 0.75 into 4, sir. 0.75 into 4 is itself is 3. 3 into 84 is how much, sir? This, if you get this value, will be around 252. This is 36 into 14, 144, 144.14.4. It will be around 158.4 or something, sir, or 76. If you add this, you will get around 411. Approximately, you will get 411 ton per meter square. Okay. So by looking into the value itself, whichever the minimum will be taken, so this will be the group capacity. So what will be the group capacity, sir? What will be the group capacity here? Group capacity is taken as minimum, okay, that is equal to 277.7 ton per meter square. But what they have asked you? They have asked you what is the safe load. So safe load is equal to whatever the group capacity you got divided by factor of safety. So it is around 277.7 divided by 2.5. You get around 1,111.5. Because 250, 275, 270, you will get ton per meter square. Tons, sorry, ultimate load. No. Here also, sir, change the units. Here it is not ton per meter square, it is ton only. Because ultimate load, because stress into area will be ton. Okay, for you here also, make it ton. Okay, I hope you are following, students. Okay, next, we'll move on to the next question. This is a pretty easy question, but you should have an idea on this question, students. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. You can solve the question, try to study the question, and then you can get back to me. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Sir, any doubts you can ask me, okay? Sir, see, the following tests or failure conditions are obtained from untrained triaxial test. They have given the confining pressure, deviating stress, and pore water pressure. So you have to solve the question. See, students. Okay. Now see, students, I have given you enough time here. Determine the shear strength parameters. Sir, there can be undrained condition and drained condition. Now let me tell you. First of all, you should have an idea on. First of all, you should have an idea on what, sir? Sorry. First of all, you should have an idea on plastic equilibrium condition. Okay. What is plastic equilibrium condition here is, if all the soil particles are at the verge of the foil, if you consider this as a failure plane, all the soil particles will be at the verge of all the soil particles are at the verge of the failure plane. So if I talk about here plastic equilibrium condition, if I take this sigma 1 as the major stress and sigma 3 are as the minor stress, here you can understand that sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 plus 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2. This equation will help to solve this question. Okay. Now see, students, as I'll do here only, Amma, what here we have to do is, sir, see, please understand here, students, sigma 1 is the major stress is equal to sigma 3 plus sigma d. What is sigma d? Deviating stress. What is sigma 3? Confining pressure. So you can write, if you add these two, Okay, sir, you will get sigma 1. What in if you don't take water table? So here it is equal to how much, sir? 2.75 plus 1.5, 4.25. If I take this value, here see the conditions, sir. And if I take here I'll write for your better understanding sigma 3 plus sigma d, or you can write 2.75 plus 1.5, which is equal to 4.25 ton per kg per centimeter square. Similarly, this is for specimen 1, S1. If I take for specimen 2, this is 4.25 plus 2.20. This will be equal to 6.45 kg per centimeter square. So my dear students, you got 4.25 and 6.25. So first of all, if I take specimen 1, sigma 1 is equal to how much, sir? 4.25. And what is sigma 3 here? Confining pressure, in one case 2.75. So 2.75 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2. Are you following, my dear students? Very good. Plus 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2. Okay. Now, my dear students, similarly, this is for specimen 1. Are you following, students? Similarly, for specimen 2, what is the value, sir? 6.45, I think. So 6.45 is equal to sigma 1 is how much, sir? Sigma 1 is sigma 3 is how much, sir? 4.25. So here 4.25 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 plus 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2. Okay. Now see, students, it is a quite simple question because both are unknown. See, are you getting me? Here both are, you can say, two unknowns. What are the two unknowns, sir? We have one is C and other one is phi. So how many equations you have, my dear students? You have a equation 1 here and you have the equation 2 here. So two unknowns, two equations. So easily you can solve them. If you do this, if you cancel this, it will become 1.5 tan square 45 and this will be 2.2. 2.2 divided by 1.5. It will be around 1.4 or something. Okay, 1.46. Tan inverse of 1.46. If you solve this question, okay, phi u is equal to, this is undrained question, sir. So phi u is equal to 10.89 degrees. Okay, and Cu, if you see, Cu is equal to what, sir? It will be 0.089 kg per centimeter square. This is for undrained condition where the water table is not considered. Okay, I hope you are clear. Agree, sir? Very good. Now see, similarly, my dear students, they have given you the pore water pressure here. What, sir? They have given you the pore water pressure. So in this case, what you have to do is, you have to find out the effective stress. Remove the effective stress. If I do here sigma 3 dash, means what is this? Sigma 3 dash means effective stress here. So sigma 3 minus u. Okay, so sigma 3 is how much, sir? 2.75 minus u. Okay, so 2.75 minus u is how much, sir? 1.5. So this will be equal to, sigma 3 dash is equal to sigma 3 minus u, 2.75 minus 1.5. So this will be 1.25 and sigma 2, this is 4.25 minus 2, this will be equal to 2.25. Yes or no? Similarly, we know now the sigma 3 dash. What is sigma 1 dash? It will become sigma 1 dash is equal to sigma 3 dash plus sigma d. Yes or no? Yes or no, sir? So here you can say it is 1.2. Okay, are you following, students? So 1.2 plus 1.5, it will be again 2.5? No. See here, what will be sigma 1 dash means you should understand here. You should calculate sigma 3. Okay, after finding sigma 3 dash. Are you following, sir? Let me write here. I don't have a space. So here you know sigma 1 dash will be equal to sigma 1 minus u. You have to remove the pore water pressure. Are you following? Similarly, you have to find out sigma 3 dash means sigma 3 minus u. Okay. In this case, same equation. If you plug in these equations, you will get phi is equal to 15.42 degrees. Are you following, sir? And similarly, C is equal to 0.24 kg per centimeter square. Sir, there is simple thing here. See, this is a calculation part. In drained condition, you have to remove the pore water pressures and you have to apply the same equations, which is the plastic equilibrium equation. If you can apply this equation and plug in the values from the table, you will get the values of shear strength parameters in undrained condition and drained condition. Agree, sir? Now, see students, if you are preparing for geotechnical engineering, see students, whenever you are preparing for geotechnical, okay, these are the important points which you have to keep in mind, okay. What are the important points which you have to keep in mind is in properties of soil, okay. Their questions might be very simple, sir. I'll tell you in properties of soil, okay, questions will be very simple, but you should know all the formulas, okay. Are you getting me? Clear, sir? See, there can be a question like this. The true and mass specific gravity of a this question I just want to give you, the true and mass specific gravity of a fully saturated sample the true and mass specific gravity of a fully saturated soil sample are 2.7 and 2 respectively. What, sir? The 2.7 and 2 respectively. Okay. What will be the void ratio? Very simple question, but try to give that question. What, sir? What will be the void ratio? What, my dear students? They have given you the true specific gravity and of a fully saturated and mass specific gravity as 2.7 and 2. What is the void ratio? Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes of time, students. Please try to solve this question. Sir, they have given you the true and the mass specific gravity of a fully saturated sample are 2.7 and 2 respectively. What will be the void ratio? Okay. Now see students, so here if you see, the true specific gravity is given as how much, sir? 2.7. Okay. Now here the mass specific gravity in which state, sir? In saturated state. The mass specific gravity in saturated state is given as what? It is given as gamma sat by gamma W. Okay. Now see students, this value is given as 2. So gamma sat by gamma W is equal to what, sir? 2. You know already the information that what is the formula for gamma sat? Gamma sat is equal to gamma W into G plus E upon 1 plus E. Okay. Suppose here what is gamma sat by gamma W, sir? Or you can write it as G plus E upon 1 plus E. As you know, gamma sat by gamma W value is given as how much? 2. So 2 is equal to 2.7 plus E upon 1 plus E. So you can write 2 plus 2E is equal to 2.7 plus E. So the void ratio can be written as 0.7. So they can ask you these kind of questions also. What is the answer, sir? Here the void ratio is 0.7. Similarly, see students, what they can ask you in the plasticity chart. Okay. They can give you, suppose another kind of problem here is, simple question they can give you. If the liquid limit is 40 percentile and plastic limit is 20 percentile, okay, classify the soil, they will ask you. Okay, they can ask you like this. They can ask you ML, option A, ML, option B, CL, option C, MI, option D, CI. They can ask you question like this, sir. So whenever they ask you question like this, see students, first of all you should find out IP. What is IP, sir? What do you call IP? IP is nothing but plasticity index. What is IP? IP is nothing but the plasticity index. So what is plasticity index is given by the formula? It is given by the formula IP is equal to WL minus WP. Am I correct or wrong, sir? Very good. So here IP is equal to 40 percentile minus 20 percentile. This will be equal to 20 percentile. Okay. Now see students, if I draw a line, okay, you know the equation of a line is what, sir? IP is equal to 0.73 into WL minus 20. So if I plug in the value of 40, 40 minus 20, it will give the value as 14.6. Okay. Now the A line is located at where, sir? 14.6. What is the value you got, sir? 20. So it is above A line. From this criteria, above A line means what, sir? Above A line means we can say it is a clay. What, sir? From above A line we can say it is a clay. Now what is the liquid limit? Liquid limit is between 35 to 50. The liquid limit is between what, sir? The liquid limit is between 35 to 50. Am I clear, sir? When the liquid limit is between 35 to 50, it indicates intermediate clay. It indicates what, sir? Intermediate. Okay. So my dear students, when I talk about here, so what will be the answer, sir? Option D will be the right answer, which is equal to intermediate clay, that is CI. Okay. So my dear students, when you talk about the important topics in geotechnical, if anyone asks you, like you might be in the last stage, you are writing the formula sheet, you might be revising and all. So quickly go into the topics like properties of soil, where you can see 100% question. Okay, 100% means 100%, sir, properties of soil. Next you can see seepage, or you can talk about permeability. These are the next chances. Next, again we can expect a question from consolidation. Sir, to solve the problems of consolidation, you should have a strong knowledge on effective stress. Okay, this is also another important thing, sir. Properties of soil, consolidation. Next, stability of slopes. Stability of slopes. Shear strength. Shear strength. Okay, and earth pressure. What's the next one is earth pressure, and also shallow and deep foundations. So again in this chapter, students, actually in GATE Amma we cannot anticipate, actually, to be honest. But let me tell you, these chapters which I have mentioned here, these chapters you required extra attention, sir. These chapters, what you required is you need some extra attention here. Okay. So again I am telling you, properties of soil 100% and consolidation means properties of soil we have been seen from last 10 years, every 1 mark question, or it can be a 2 marks question. So let me tell you what we do at IMS GATE Academy. My dear students, if you want to understand anything related to the GATE exam, what's happening in and around, so what are the recent job notifications, or if you want to practice some daily quizzes, we at IMS GATE Academy are providing the Telegram group link. You can just click on the link which is provided in the description. By clicking on the link, you can join the group and you can avail this of opportunities regarding the job opportunities or regarding the daily quizzes. Now similarly, my dear students, what we do at IMS GATE Academy is we are providing the online GATE coaching, and we are also providing the offline GATE coaching also, my dear students. So when I talk about the online GATE coaching, or if you talk about the offline GATE coaching, online GATE coaching we are providing across India. Offline GATE coaching means we are providing at Jayanagar, and also we are providing at Malleshwaram. And let me tell you, my dear students, we are also providing the offline GATE coaching at Vijayawada. We are providing the subject-wise test books, exercise books. We are providing the previous year GATE questions, my plan sessions, and we are providing the multiple subject test, advanced level test, and all the tests which are required in the online and offline. Now let me tell you, my dear students, if you are really preparing for geotechnical engineering, let me tell you very important things, like if you talk about the critical hydraulic condition, critical hydraulic gradient, this is also one of the important concept in quicksand, sir. See, if you see in quicksand condition, if the upward seepage pressure becomes equal to the submerged weight, in this case the sand loses all its shear strength. Let me tell you. So in this case, what happens is, most of the people will think that quicksand means it is a type of sand. Let me tell you, it is not a type of sand. It is a condition which is observed in only in cohesionless soils. Why quicksand is not observed in cohesive soils is, even though the effective stress is 0, for cohesive soils shear strength will not be 0. This one observation you should 100% observe, sir. And also, my dear students, let me tell you, if you talk about the stress distribution also, this is another important points which I would like to tell you, sir. Sir, using the Bosnick's theory, they can ask you, if they ask you what is the Bosnick's theory, the stress at a depth z is given by the formula sigma z is equal to q by z square into 3 by 2 pi into 1 upon 1 plus r by z whole square whole power 5 by 2. Sir, this is the equation which is given by whom, sir? This is the equation which is given by Bosnick's theory. This is the equation who has given, students? This is the equation given by Bosnick's theory. Now similarly, there is a equation also which is called Westergaard's theory. This is given as sigma z is equal to q by z square into 1 by pi into 1 upon, these formulas are somewhat difficult, students, but still you have to remember, plus 2 by r by z whole square whole power 3 by 2. And let me tell you, this is one of the famous question which they asked you, sir. When can be these two values will be given equal? So here also, when R by Z value is equal to 1.5, at the value of R by Z is equal to 1.5, these two theories will be equal. Okay. Next, another question, students, in variable head test, there can be another question like this. The question here is, problem here is, if all the parameters, this is one of the previous IES question also, sir. If all the parameters are kept constant, if all the parameters are kept constant, okay, kept constant in what, sir? In variable head test. If all the parameters are kept constant in a variable head test, okay. Here see, students, head is falling, H1 is falling from H1 to H2 and H2 to H3. Now they can ask you the options. The heads will be in the relation of option A, arithmetic progression, option B, geometric progression, option C, harmonic progression, and option D, that is none of the above. This is the question they have asked, sir. Okay, see, students, first of all, you should know what is the coefficient of permeability for variable head test. Variable head test, AL by AT is equal to log E into H1 by H2. Okay, this is the variable head test which we can do. So remaining all parameters are same here. So AL by AT into Ln into H1 by H2 is equal to AL by AT, because all the parameters are here Ln into H2 by H3. Now see, students, I can cancel all this because all the parameters are kept constant. So here you can write H1 by H2 is equal to H2 by H3, or you can write H2 square is equal to H1 into H3. And remember, my dear students, if I talk about ABC 3 numbers, okay, if you can write 2B is equal to A plus C, what does this represent? This represents arithmetic progression. Yes or no, sir? If ABC are 3 numbers, B square is equal to AC, this represents geometric progression. Similarly, ABC are 3 numbers. If it is 2 by B is equal to 1 by A plus 1 by C, then it represents what, sir? Harmonic progression. So my dear students, based on these 3 conditions, which will be the right option, sir? Here you can say H2 square is equal to H1 into H3. So here the right option here is what, sir? Geometric progression. So you can remember here, students, directly in a variable head test, if all the parameters are kept constant, in that case you can say that they are in geometric progression. Okay. Now see, students, let me tell you, you have already done all the hard work from the last 6 to 8 months. It is the time to realize yourself. If you are putting 6 hours of your work, try to increase to 8 hours. And remember, always you should have the formula sheet. You should always solve the previous year gate questions. Get the gist of the point, means when you are solving previous year questions, get the key pointers, make the formula sheet, try to prepare the short notes. If you are a civil engineering student, my dear students, let me tell you, geotechnical, transportation, environmental are the 3 important and the high weighted subjects which covers around 35 marks from these 3. And along with engineering, maths and aptitude, definitely you will have high chances. If you talk about IIT or NIT or any PSU, 65 marks will be a definite gateway. So my dear students, please understand the situation. Still we are just 40 or 45 days, like I mean to say 50 days to the gate exam roughly. So it is the time, if you can realize and give your 100%, definitely results are waiting for you. All the best. Thank you.